Last time we have done just we played with char, right? If you remember, letter we have this letter A, and later on we assigned letter to number integer. Interesting, right? And then we try to print both of them. It prints the 65 and A, which is 65, the letter itself, in when you convert into the integer, and number, if you convert it back to the char again, we print this. And we also for looped over, if you look at starting char A to Z, and then we printed out A, B, C, D like this till Z. And also we did the same thing with the numbers 65 and 90. You may say, what are those things? It's an ASCII table. If you look at, A is 65, Z is just down there, is 90. So it is less than equal to, because we would like to including Z, we print it out. This is the summary. I'd like to do today is one encryption. So like Cypher. And how I'm going to do it is, let me go over this actual example. And this one, be A, B, C, D, like this goes like this. I'd like to A to be Z, and B to be Y, and C to be X, and so on and so forth. I'd like to use this as an encryption algorithm, and I need to do the decrypt also the same way. So I'm gonna delete this part because we know already this part, right? So I'd like to create one string. And now I'm going to play with always with capital letters, so just be focused on that one. So this is just regular, plain text we can read. So let me encrypt my name, Murat. Okay. So in string, as you know, string is an array. So if I want to access the first letter, first char in here, I'd like to use index operator, and it is 0 base index. So this will print to me what M letter. Let's run this. So here it is, M is printed. So if I want to print all of them, I can use for loop and integer I 0 and plain dot length, just there, page size function. So, and then cout. I'm gonna do the same thing. This time I'm gonna put here I, because I'm gonna print all of them, not end line. End line, I would like to use end line after writing this. Just cout end line. That's it. So when I do this, you will see M, and then later on Murat is printed clean and nicely. So I can pass M, U, R, A, each letter to a function and get the encrypted version of it. So I'm going to create one function here, which will return char, and the name is encrypt. Encrypt written like this. This char, this is input. Okay, this is input char. What is my plan is to return the encrypted one. So how am I going to do that? I don't want to do this if input is equal A, then return Z capital, and similar way, if it is B, then return what is Y. I don't want to do that one. Here if you look at, this is A and then Z, Y, and I don't want to do this because this is not a desired situation in our case. So how can we calculate the math? I'm going to try to use this one. So if you try to write letters A, B, C, I don't want to write all of them. And let's say this is X, Y, Z, right? The distance between A and Z, let's calculate it here. So I'm going to just come here. This you can delete later on. And I'm going to do this, Z minus A. Okay, Z minus A, and line. So the first thing we will see, the difference between how many? 25. Okay, so going back to here. So from here, let me make it a bit thicker. From A, from Z, there is 25 if you look at difference, we have the distance. So for that, this is so I need to add a plus 25. I can reach z. Let's try that one. So C out, and I would like to do a plus 25. Okay, and let's try to write this one. Okay, I added 25 to the a. It says 90. It said because a is 65. I'd like to convert this to char. Okay, this is another way of casting. So I got to z. 25 is this. Z is that one. Let me get rid of this part so it's not gonna confuse us. Oh, that's good. So we reached the Z. But how about for the B? If you look at the B, let me use different character. From B to Y, we need, if I from A, the distance B to Y is 24, right? This is 24. So it is one less than this 25. So I need to, looks like if I use the A as a base and later on plus, and then Z is the final destination minus the letter we want to aim, like in this case B. This should give us the result for encryption because A is here, the number 65 in this case, and then Z is, what was the Z? Let's try to remember, 90. Here it is, 90. Oops, I need to go my 90. Sorry about that. Minus B. B is, as we know, 66. So this will be 24. When we add, we will reach 89, and which is Y. So it looks like this is the formula we got. So only changing part is this part, the second part. So I got my formula. I don't need to repeat all these things. Let me put it over here and get this to the left so we can see our formula. So I'm going to come here, not use this algorithm. So what I'm going to do is, and let me create a char temporarily. This is encrypted and encrypted char, okay, equal to, so if you look at here, a plus, open parentheses, z minus input in this case, okay, that should be our encryption. So, but this char, let's see what will happen. Let me return this char, encrypted char. Okay, I'm not sure this is correct or not, but I'd like to do this. I'll call this function here, encrypt, and I pass my, for example, let's pass b here. Okay, and let's print out this immediately. And let me put this as a first line over here so we can focus on the first line. So I'm gonna hit F10, debugging mode, line by line. Let's get our console here. So go here, and char is 899. It looks like it is working because we need this letter. So to make sure it is working, let's do our magic here. I'm gonna do again for loop. Okay, integer, not integer. Let's start from char. This is the char, starting from a. Okay, char is less than and equal to z because we want to include z, and char plus plus, and I'm going to see out this encrypted version of char. I'm passing each time, well, first time A, then B, and Z. So this should be reverse order of alphabets, right? So stop this, and F10 again. And this time I'm directly run. So looks like we are on the right path. Let me put a breakpoint and run there. So it is reversed. This is what we want actually. So it looks like our encryption works. So this is the proof of that. For that, let me move this code, all of them, to down here into comment. So let's try to encrypt this Murad. Okay, we are looping over here. Instead of printing Murad, I'd like to pass to encrypt it. But encrypting returns one char at a time. So I'd like to create a string to encrypted one. Okay, I'll create string encrypt. Let's say end plain encrypted plain text. Okay, at the very beginning it is nothing, empty. So what I'm planning to do is, this is not the best way of doing it, and plus, and this is concatenation equal to, now I'm going to call encrypt. This is the function. Oops, encrypt, not encrypt plain. Encrypt, this is the function. And open close parentheses and pass our plain text, the first letter. So what's happening here, this is going to send M, and I will get the encrypted version of it, and I will always concatenate, add append it to the end, and later on I'd like to print the encrypted version of it here. So let's put some label here, encrypted version of the plain text. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this and I will just run it. So this is doing stuff, we don't see it. This is the result. So it looks like nfizq is the encrypted version of Murat. How can we make sure? We need to write the decrypt, right? For that. So we can find. So if I call the encrypt again twice, I believe I will get into the decrypted one. So I'm calling again. And this time, if I call twice, this is the plain text I should be reaching out. So I'm using the same thing, so I shouldn't be appending it. So let me use different parameter over here. And this is replane. Okay, so I'm gonna add to the replane and print it that one. So let's hit F10. I will first kill, I'm sorry, this application, and run again. So here is, we are encrypting. Be patient, not many characters there. What happened? Okay, just a second. I guess there is something. Let me run one more time. Encrypted plane. There you go. And this is the, oh, this could be again encrypted one, right? Because we are not using, okay, just a second, stop this. And I should be using not the plain one, I should be using now encrypted one, right? Encrypted one, then I can get the replane. So let me run directly to be fast. Yeah, I reached it back if I do it twice. This is it. Simple encryption with Char, and this algorithm is here. We are trying to encrypt A to Z, B to Y, C to X, and it is working fine. If you want to make sure, let's do this, A, B, C, D, E, and run. Z, X, Z, Y, X, W, V, A, B, C, D, we are coming back. So looks like it is working. Nice. Thank you, wonderful people. Bye.